So I was just messing around with the new maximum security wing, trying to get the floors to be how I want and make sure all the, you know, the different extra empty rooms and stuff are all cleared out of the way so people can move around. And I got this notification that pops up at the top. It says gang member intake bus has arrived. And I thought that was odd because I have intake off right now. So I head over here and it's this bus, which I did not tell to come. And my intake doesn't happen until like midnight anyway, and it's 7 o'clock in the morning. So I didn't prompt this, basically. And somebody named Vibrant is the only one on this bus with an unknown reputation, with a green mask. And so I'm not sure what to think of that, other than they've simply given me a new leader. It's the only thing I can think of. Unknown reputation. He's probably legendary. And so we're going to want to know more about this gentleman. I'm sure he's a gentleman. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead to get our informants in here. I'll go ahead and take Gareth out of there. And I want to know more about Mr. Vibrant here. I'm sure he's going to be a pain in my ass. But they just dropped him on me. Random encounter. Random thing. And we'll see just how bad it's really going to end up being. So he's going to get searched and all those things. But he is an unknown reputation currently. And he's got, you know, the tattoo all down his chest and everything. Look at him go. All right. So looks like we get his reputation now. And he's not legendary. He's quick. Cunningly brutal. Undercover Don. But he's not legendary. So... you know, he's actually quite unremarkable, to be honest. They're going to place him in minimum security. I'm not. But they're going to try to place him there. Now, we have another guy here who's being targeted. And then there's some gang business happening with Slater down here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is first I want to get my informant to... get a good idea of where all the stuff is. So I got some stuff down in these cells. Yeah, they're starting to build. We have some potential CIs here we could bring in. I got a snitch there, which he is already marked protective custody. I'm not sure why he is in this area, but he shouldn't be in this area. And yeah, so we don't have a whole lot of stuff to take care of here. Just a few things. Cartel's got some rope on him. Somebody here is about to get searched, I think, as well. All right, so I think what we'll do is we'll just make sure we deactivate Gareth here. And we need to do a couple of things, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take Schwartz here, and I'm going to go ahead and go protective with you because you're being targeted. Next, we can come down to Slater, who's trying to do gang business, and I'm just going to pop you in permanent lockdown. I'm going to come over to a couple of different people here, too. Rex has some stuff in his cell. He's got drugs in his cell. So we're going to go ahead and just search the prisoner's cell. And then if we come over to protective custody, there's actually a lot of stuff going on in here. And I don't remember all of it. So I want to make sure I'm targeting this, though. So I believe it's White that has stuff. We're going to search your cell. I believe... Boys had some stuff. I want to search your cell. I don't remember who else had stuff. Let's just search the dormitory too at this point. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and do that. And then Cole's going to start doing the gang business now. Somebody's got to do the gang business. We'll lock him down too. Permanent lockdown for both of those guys. And then I think the farm had some stuff too, if I recall. I'm not sure how to go about searching the farm. I don't think we can really search the farm. It'll get searched eventually, I guess. But so there's a little bit of stuff going on there. I might just do a whole shakedown here, but that's in the middle. This is the morning, so I don't want to have everybody unnecessarily searched. Right? We want to search people who are giving us a reason to search them. You know, it's like searching the cell blocks and everything. I'm not sure if that ticks them off. If we search their cell block while they're here, do they know that they've been searched? That's just something I don't actually know right now. So we got some more gang business here. You're in minimum security. You're not even supposed to be in minimum security. So you're now being moved to medium so that you're not in there. I don't want gangs in this territory. In fact, let's take a look really quick and see if we have any gang activity in here. Yeah, so I don't want any gangs in this area because I have ex-gang people in here. So Nuclear Penguin is going to go ahead and be medium. And then I forgot who, Monday. There it is. Monday is going to also be medium. So I'm just going to kick you guys out of here. I think there were other ones as well in these two cells. Yeah, you got you. Whoever's lifting weights right here. There he is. Blake, you can get pushed up to medium as well. I just don't want gang members to be in there if I can avoid that. So we'll let that go a little bit more too. There were some other things that popped up as well, but those were already discovered, like the scissors and everything. Those were already known. So I'm not really super worried about that. We got some stuff that's just lingering here. And then I've got this door. And then I believe a brick wall is supposed to be getting installed right here. Right now they're able to just walk right through. But we're going to change that in a second. And in fact, I think I'm actually going to move this door up one more. I think I'll move it here instead. That way I can have my metal detectors where I want them to be. So this door servo will also move here. So let's get that to be moved over, please, everybody. Just a big old wide opening for everybody to come through now, yeah? It's all right. So only a temporary massive security breach. It's fine. We'll get this wall put in hopefully very soon. And I can then get rid of the rooms here and here, because there will be no reason to do those. We have this empty room here that's going to serve the same purpose as that other one did before anyway. And as soon as they, you know, get on with making this brick wall, whenever they do that. It's taking them an awful long time just to get brick over here, isn't it? Once that happens, though, we're then going to go ahead and grab additional metal detectors. Metal detectors. And I don't have the money anymore. We will wait until I have money. And then I will place additional metal detectors in this little area right here. So it's going to be kind of a similar setup to this one here. So I probably will end up putting it right here with an extra wall there. Right there. So this will be 1, 2, and then the extra wall goes there. And then on the electrical side of things, we are just out of reach on that, aren't I? So I'll just have to go like that to add a cable there. And then that will take care of it. These guys are all going to kind of go around and everything. They're going to try to get into this big, massive opening that's right here instead of the door. That makes sense. I understand that. Got a lot of drugs going through. I might go ahead and I think tonight we're going to search minimum protective custody, and I think when we search medium, we need to do so like that's the only thing we search that night, because it's going to take a long time to do, and I need to make sure that my guards are always in position when the night is done. Are you building a wall? Can you build another one right here, please? And then I want to have the door controllers controlling it too, so make sure they're on those 2 door controls. We'll put this controller on that one too, just because we can, and then also we'll have you help out with these 2 as well. Okay, so just getting more door controllers to help with that as well. Where is my guy? Okay, here's what I want to do here, because there's too many people using this. This is going to be an empty room. All right, and that empty room is staff only now. Stop using it. Just get, okay, it's done. It's over. Good. All right, so now we just need the electrical cable attached to it, and then we're good to go. So what we should have now, as you can kind of see, is we have some of our maximum security prisoners are moving this way, and some of them are moving this way, and it's gonna hopefully, separate them just a little bit more. We do have additional guards in the hallways, although perhaps not enough. I probably should have additional patrols, or at least assigning additional guards to those patrols. So why don't I put, during this period of time here too, we'll put a couple here, put a couple more here, during the green period, I guess, there and there. And maybe one more roaming the halls during all times too. And then you are being targeted as an ex-gang member as well. You have 103 years in your full sentence. Wow, but you're 6% on your grading. Okay, I'll throw you in protective. 6% to reoffend already is pretty dang good. I'll throw you in protective, and then we'll work on expanding this. Now that this is kind of in order, I think this is pretty done now. Real quick check on this. I think this area here, we could make the whole thing shared. But I still want to keep minimum. Yeah, I don't want minimum to be able to use this. So this right here is going to be a mixed custom sector, right? We're going to want to have, that's already there. Okay, good. So this is a custom sector. This is a custom sector. Because of that, I don't think I need... well, okay, so if I take this custom room out, then this whole thing would end up being connected. So I don't want to do that. I actually like just the way it is. Yeah, we're good. So this means that minimum security won't go this way. They can still buy their luxuries, though, at the store, assuming they are interested in such things and not killing each other. But they can still do that. Yeah. Okay, and then we're kind of, we're moving along down here. It's taking a little bit longer, maybe, than it should, but you had some stuff to repair. That's just how it goes. We have some electrical we could run through this area. Let's just run it straight through the middle here. We'll connect it like that. That should provide power to all the cells. At this point, I don't think I had to do anything else as far as electric goes. So water, we're almost connected here. We do have a little bit more we need to do on this side. So we need the big pipes to get a little closer, unfortunately. So we're going to go like this, and it's probably not enough. I probably need to go even further. I don't want to go further. Tell you what, maybe we'll... I don't really want to go... I mean, I already have this one. Maybe this is how we play this. We put the pipe down about this far. And then you can connect through here. That will connect all of these up. And then if I go like that, I think that will actually take care of it. And we don't expand any... We don't have any additional problems that didn't already exist. So that's neat. We'll get the hot water pipes in as well. Running all the way through to here. I guess I'll probably connect these because we can. Yeah, all the way like this. Looks like I need to do the extra cell on this side too, probably. No, this isn't a cell. This is a walkway, right? It could be a cell. Probably should be a cell, in fact. I'm thinking because of how wide that is, that's definitely... I mean, this was made an empty room, but... Maybe what I'll do is I'll turn these into cells. I may not have to. Let me see what the capacity is. I don't remember if I had to do that or not. And going back to hot water pipes here. So already did all those. Already did all these. And those. And those. Okay, so then this is definitely a cell. So we connect those up. Those are going to get connected through here. And then I probably want one that runs down the side here to cover any gaps. And if that's going to be the case, then I want to run this straight through anyway. So we'll just do that. That way, if I do make it a cell, it's already ran anyway, so it's fine. All right, that should cover all the places we need the hot water, minus another radiator. So we can put another radiator there. And let's put another radiator down here, and we'll see if that's enough. It may not be, but we'll see if that's enough. So radiator's going in over there like that. All right, as we expand that area. So we'll just let this run for a little bit longer. We're still doing this without any loans. We're not taking on any debt yet. We're still kind of funding everything. It's about building a little bit more methodical, kind of expanding slowly, yes, but we're not paying any interest, and I like that. I think that feels good, not paying any interest. It means I can go into negative, money. I can have negative money, and I'm not at risk of losing anything major. I just have to wait it out. We can have you help with this one too, I guess. Sure, you can help with those. Any other busier ones? This one's pretty busy. We'll have you help with that one, and then how about the road ones? You can help with the road there, there, and all the way at the bottom down here. All right, let's see at 1822. All right, 24. So I can probably afford. I need to wait. I don't have the cash right now, but I can probably afford to expand wind power just a little bit more too. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow after the surge of power I'm paid. Hopefully nobody major reoffends here, because it cost me a bunch of money when they reoffend and they get popped right back into prison, right? So, gosh, they're just so violent. I'm still missing. Still haven't exported cabbage. It's cabbage. Just, you know. Yeah. Cabbage plants. Pick them. Get them into a bag or something. Where are you putting all the cabbage? These are potatoes. Can we export the cabbage? Sell object. It's 82% of our cabbage. I'm so close to just having the overproduction out of there. I want to see the list get really short is what I would like to see. We're going to have 9 more medium security coming in tomorrow. Or I guess in 2 hours. And 9 more is not that much. So I think what I'm going to do is, because my budget is pretty good, and I always do this. I always mess it up once it's like, you have a good thing going here. Don't ruin it. No, we're going to ruin it. I'm going to go up to 250 guards. So I can get their training started. Yep, that's going to be equipment, stun batons, etc. All that stuff is going to cost me money. And then as we export a little bit more tonight, that'll help. We're not buying anything right now because we can't. The intake will help us, and then also the power export will kick us back into positive territory, so everything's fine. But this gets the guards into my facility and can get them queued up and ready to take the programs necessary to make them better at their job. So the programs, staff programs, disarming. I have 100 in queue for this. So I should just... the $100 a session, but I should just do that. You know? Let's make sure that we're getting that disarming training. It's going to be more important than ever in the very near future. Let me just take a look quick. Is there any cabbage just sitting out? We had a whole bunch there. This box right here. Sell it. 88%. There's some cabbage in this one. Sell. 94%. There's got to be another box of cabbage around here somewhere. There's one. A little cabbage just sitting on the ground. Almost 96%. Just want one more cabbage. And there's our power exports. Fantastic. We had 11,000 prisoner reform reward. Nice. It doesn't look like anyone else reoffended, though. That's fantastic. So I just got to keep all of that. Very, very cool. It says contraband's out of control. Let's go ahead and do shakedown of protective and minimum. Protective and minimum's probably got something going on. I'm kind of hoping if there's a tunnel over here, we discover it now too, because they could be tunneling. I haven't checked them in a while, so we'll see what we get. I anticipate most of the contrabands will be at minimum, but yeah, it's just because there's more of them. Got a tunnel that we discovered. Maybe. This one right here looks like it's just there's floor tile that's missing. Yeah. Get the limestone back on that. Okay. Seems good. And it's 2 o'clock, so we don't have a whole lot of time left for this, but what we could do is we'll start the shakedown of MaxSec now, because that'll put the guards in the area, because they're the first to wake up. So I want to have the guards in the area anyway. So we'll just have them searched now just to make sure we get everything. There we go. Now they're awake, and we don't want to be searching them when they're awake. So let's go ahead and stop all, because that will raise the danger. You have a lot of people really pissed off searching their cells and stuff when they wake up. So we did find a few things, and I like that. And we have mass hysteria breaking out. So this is the part that I was a little bit concerned about, and I kind of wanted to see how the game would handle this. We have inmates now that are, you know, they're bunked up with someone else? Is the game putting people in cells with their own gang? Right? That's what I wanted to figure out. And it turns out a lot of cells are actually ganged up, are actually in cells with other gangs. This guy, for example, is the gang leader. And I didn't even notice that. So this guy, he's got a crown on his head, and I didn't see that before. Because he's got a crown on his head, I think it's probably best to stick him in Supermax. But he may die. He may die in a second. So, you know, you never know. So it doesn't look like there are any guards in this section when you look at, you know, my deployment screen and stuff. But if we go to patrols, we should see we have a lot of guards that are in this area ready to go. They should be ready to respond. But just a basic deployment of guards in the area is probably a good idea. So I will have a basic deployment here as well. But we're going to need guard responses in these areas here. And we have a lot of people acting out. This might actually trigger a riot. We'll see. It's mostly just like all the gangs are fighting each other. You get stuff like this, right? This guy's got battle tendency. He's got recruiter, vandal, resourceful. I mean, he's not even that dangerous. Simon's not even that dangerous, so he's unconscious now. He might actually get his ass kicked while he's unconscious. We'll see how that works out. There's a lot of danger here. All right, bang up for max sec. Everyone go back to your cells. I need guard responses. Settle these guys down. Okay. Now, again, is it worth taking him to Supermax? Because he's not even that dangerous. He's not a legendary. It's like they've just elected him their leader. But he's not anything super... I mean, there's 41 members of Red Gang. I mean, that's... He's clearly been at work for a bit. He's been recruiting a lot of people. Now, one thing I might be able to do, we'll see how this works. I might be able to make the empty rooms and stuff and maybe get it to where only certain gangs can... Like I might, if I do a hallway here, an empty room here, and an empty room here, and then I say only Red Gang, presumably that would mean that only Red Gang would get the cells because they're the only ones that can access the area for those cells. I don't know if that's how that would work or not. Yeah, deployment. So if I went gang segregation, I guess maybe I could do this. I could say, it looks like I can choose individual dormitories. That's actually great. Okay, so here's how we'll do this. I want to, because the dormitories are not part of the cell block, right? They're individual things. So if I go to gangs, 41, bone breakers are the biggest. Jackals are the second biggest. So if I say gang segregation, let's say I want these cells to be owned by bone breakers. This is the bone breaker territory right here. Okay. We'll even do that. And then the jackals, you guys can have this area down here. Okay. And that leaves the rest of this for the other gangs, right? But I just want to separate the two biggest gangs. So if I do that, then I would hope anyway that these guys, once I stop the bang up, let's go ahead and stop the bang up so they can go get their food. I would hope what happens here is that we'll see, the hope is anyway, that we're going to see less violence on the way to eat, because all of these guys that are moving will all be in the same gang. So they shouldn't fight each other. These guys will all be in the same gang. They shouldn't fight each other. It's the ones in the middle that might have a problem, but we're going to separate that out a little bit more as we build these cells. We'll have the jackals can be down here, bone breakers up here. Vipers will unfortunately be in the middle, but what we get is the ability for these guys to take this path. These guys will take this path and then, merge in. So there might still be conflict here. And then maybe some of them goes this way. I don't have 3 discrete paths, and it might be beneficial to get 3 discrete paths. Maybe I take this room here, or maybe this area here. We got the meeting room stuff, and we just make this a walkway, and then I could put another door here and, I don't know, maybe persuade them or try to get them to move through the yard. I'm just looking to separate them a bit so that, you know, we don't get so much violence, because the violence is going to affect my staff morale. We're stuck at 83% now. So, and yeah, 7 staff dying on duty sucks. Hey, can we get something with this? Simon, somebody respond. Guards, guard response, please. Somebody respond. There you go. So, whole lot of violence here. Oh boy. I don't think it's worth putting him in Supermax. It's just the only reason to do it is to stop him from recruiting. That's the only thing I can think of, is to stop him from recruiting. So I'm going to end his punishment, and I want him to get taken to his cell, which is going to be, you know, over here somewhere. Oh, good. You guys are over here for no reason. Somehow that got messed up. How did that happen? How did that happen? That's very strange. Yeah, that's very strange. I'm not sure how that happened. But you guys definitely should not be in here. So we're going to take you guys and just bring you over to any other random cell. I don't know. You're not even in a gang. So I'll put you, I don't know, in here. You can have that cell. Just get out of here. And then Richardson, you are in a gang. You're in the purple gang. So I'll get you like down in this cell or something. Just somebody get him over there. Okay. Is there a tunnel here? You have a tunnel, potentially a tunnel over here. Let's take a look. All right. We have 2 dogs in this area, and they're not sniffing anything new. So that flag is a false flag. Okay. Now, I think we have enough guards to manage the situation with these guys. We obviously have to process a lot of these guys, lock down. Some of them are overheating. That shouldn't be happening. Overheating? What? The temperature is 9 degrees Celsius. How are you overheating? Suppressed and overheating. What? Temperature. 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 82. Why is it so hot in here? It's freezing outside, but it's hot in here. What's making it hot in this area? I mean, there's a lot of... Don't get me wrong, there's radiators in here, but it's not... shouldn't be that cold. What about if I add a window? If I add one of these... it's gotta be a big one like this. It's gotta be one of these. If I add a window like here, let's say right here, just to let the hot air out, which is gonna take a while to do because it's the furthest possible point from deliveries. That's the other problem with my design, is that the people who are most likely to damage my property are positioned the furthest possible point away from where my replacement parts and repair materials are delivered. So the maximum walking distance for every repair. That's stupid. Well, this should have been here. And then these guys should have been down here or up here. You know, just the violence does prominently happen in this area. So, I mean, that's still a thing. But, I mean, we just had a ton of violence over here. So, we'll see how it goes. I want to see really quick. I'm an informant. Gangs. Here it is. So, I want to see them redo where they're located. I want to see them bunking up in different places and shifting, you know, which cell they're staying in. Change cell. I want to choose a new cell for you. Yeah, you're here. That's where I'm going to put you. You're in that cell. And then you guys are just stuck. Well, you're not going to be stuck for long because, you know, you only got a few days left. Here's Waymark. With nothing to do. I think you guys are stuck because you can't walk yourself back. I want you to be escorted back. So I guess what I'll do to get you escorted back is I'm going to assign you 6 hours of solitary. And then what that will do is it'll trigger a guard to have to come and give you solitary, and which means they're going to bring you to a solitary cell that's suitable for your security level. And that will get you out of this area. because you're not going to walk yourself back. You can't. Broomfield. More gang business being done by you. 89%. I'd rather you just stay on lockdown. Let's permanent him. I don't want him to cause any more trouble, so. All right. Lots of stuff to do in this game. It keeps you on your toes, man. I think this is probably going to just be permanently the canteen area. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of those lines. We're going to say 6 cells in Supermax is okay. I don't know if they are if they're tunneling, so I think I might go ahead and say search cell block. It's interesting that these are in a separate block than this. Probably, actually not probably, definitely, because the canteen extends down to this drinking fountain. It means that these 2 cells are in a different block, which is kind of interesting. It also means that I could put an empty room like right here. And assuming I do that, if I don't change the security level of it, that's no big deal, but it should create a separate block. So if I do this, that means I can now search Waymark's cell with cell blocks or whatever. I can like search all the cells except Waymark's much easier, much faster that way, which is kind of interesting. I'm mostly just searching it to see if those other prisoners hid anything in there. Doesn't look like they did, so it's fine. Cabbage. Yes, cabbage. Cell at 98%. One more cabbage. There's a box right here. Okay, done. Okay, so that gives me a little bit more money. We got 19,000 now. We're putting in flooring in the new maximum security wing. I know that's a super important thing to spend money on. The levels of contraband in this prison are getting out of control. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's that bad. Let's... I mean, I guess it's worse than it seems, okay? It's worse than it seems. Real quick. Yeah, see, now we got gang people bunking together. There's still a little bit of a problem down in here. I think I can move Lutheran to be down in this area here. Maybe put him in that cell. And then who else should we do that to? Let's see. These guys here, and they are cellmates in the same gang, but I'm going to separate them. And I'm going to get them into at least the right area so they're not surrounded by all the blue. So I'm thinking probably in this cell down here. I can move you to this cell down here. So just kind of get you guys to where you're properly separated. We shouldn't get any fights inside the dormitories now. Any fights should happen in the common area where my guards are already right there ready to respond. That's what it should be now. We're getting all the flooring and stuff put in here, so it just kind of looks a little bit better. Little metal flooring area over here. And I think, yeah, we'll do some shakedowns and stuff. Over here, we got somebody acting up, but they're going to get settled really quick. I think it's time to start looking at that other area over there. So I want to have... well, is this area built? It looks like everything is done here. There's also prisoners in the cells. That's... Damn it, game. Come on now. Cut it out. Just stop the nonsense, right? Get them out of here. Yes, go. Oh my gosh, they're all there. There's so many of them there. Wow, that was crazy. Okay, so got them out of here. Now this area is cut off by this empty room, which is why it's doing that. I am going to go ahead and get rid of the empty room now. So it should end up being the same cell block as the rest of this area. It should be the same cell block now, which means it'll actually go shared really quick. So I need to reset it. There we go. And now it's all minimum security again, which is good. I'm not sure if there's really a reason to have this staff-only corridor here. It doesn't seem like that's really all that useful. It would be useful, however, to have the metal detectors be also down here too. Or not. No, it's not really, it doesn't matter. The only reason metal detectors are here was because this was a way through. So I think I can actually get rid of these ones now. I have 2 here. So anyone that comes from this side, they're going to go through that anyway. And there's not 2 here, but there's 2 here, there's 2 here, and if they keep going this way, there's 2 here. If they go through into the common room or this little, common room area, there's 2 in there and 1 there. So they can't really escape it. So I don't think these are going to matter. So what I'm going to do instead is I don't really think I need the metal detectors here either. These are pretty much security door areas. I think I might actually do 2 additional doors. It's mostly just to separate this off. Staff will move through here. So I don't really need the metal detectors there either. I just want these guys to get out of the area. And then, again, they're all minimum security only in this area. So I don't think this is necessary. We could probably gut this. But if I did that, I'd have to turn it into something. Like, maybe I could turn it into solitary cells or something. Yes, let's go ahead and do that. We're going to turn it into solitary cells instead. So to do that, I would want to add concrete here. So get that taken care of too to separate that out. And then as far as doors go, we do a secure door here and here. And then I could do a toilet. It would be a little weird for plumbing, but I'll do a toilet there, a drain here and here, a shower here and here. So they can take their showers and stuff in solitary confinement. And let's see. So that's still minimum, right? Still minimum. Yep. All right. And then the plumbing for that is not going to be ready. So I'd have to just kind of go like that. And then hot water, I guess I could just do that too. I'll give them hot water inside the solitary cells. That's what happens when you're in minimum security. You get hot water showers in solitary confinement. You have a comfortable punishment. How do you feel about having a comfortable punishment? I don't think Merwood has had another clemency hearing. He's just kind of waiting. So, you know, maybe we'll just put him down now. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. So you are the gang leader, even though you're not legendary. But I got you over here so you can't do any more recruiting. I don't even know if that's going to work. Still 41 members, so maybe it is working. We're kind of keeping them all together. Oh boy. Hello, autosave. Yeah. Still, despite having so many gang members in the prison, I mean, there's over 100 now, right? Or damn close. My math is probably terrible. There's close to, like, there's over 80. Very close to 100 gang members in the prison, right? So roughly 22% right now of our population are in a gang. And despite that, only 3 tables are claimed. It's only 1 table for each gang. I figured they would be claiming all of them, you know? We're working through that, trying to claim as much as possible, but that doesn't seem to be happening. There are no lights in this fight club. I don't have any lights in this fight club. Get some lights in there. I probably could do with another light here. And I got some first aid stations around. I don't think I need any more rats. Rat deterrents. A common room for these guys would be a good idea, but I never really thought about that. And I guess that's just what happens when you're not in, you know, you got to move down to medium security. You got to play nice if you want to have a common room. That's going to have to be how that works. Speaking of playing nice, anybody ready for transfer here? We got 2 people wanting to go to medium, and they are approved for it. So there you go. They've earned it at least, so they can go. Got 10 more wanting to transfer. Okay. Got 30 people here wanting to go to minimum. We'll see if they behave enough to get there. 30 of them want to go. That's kind of nice. It's good motivation. Things are set up for motivating them to behave. I like it. We'll see how well they do. Let's get some programs going on here. I know we're using the classroom here for teaching our staff, but I think we need to start, you know, opening up training programs and stuff, classroom programs and stuff for the maximums to give them something else to do. So I'm going to go to edit the schedule, and we got this fight club room right here. Let's get another fight club going. Yeah, I'll get another fight club going right here. This is the kitchen. It's still staff only. I like that. Never mind. I gotta move it with I gotta use these little bars. Insane room, training room, staff only. Training room, staff only. Where are you? What, are you still in? Oh, you're still in there. I still have that training room. Yeah, I don't need all the training sessions for the workmen. I'm good for now. Let's keep going. Down a little bit here. I want to get to maximum. Do I not have it set that way? I may not have it set that way. No, they're staff only. That's why. Okay. So I need to unlock this and make this as soon as this session is done. Okay, that session's being done. We're going to go ahead and make this a maximum only. Same thing with the fight club room there. And then we might as well make that maximum only too. And if we're going to do that, then we don't need the room anymore. So the room can go away. And the room is now just going to be blended with everything else. And everything else is going to be like that. This is our shared room. I think that's still good. We have a miscellaneous shared space all the way through here. That seems pretty good. Still minimum sec. Okay, just making sure all my stuff I didn't mess anything up with the permissions. Okay, so now with this being done, we go to programs. Let's find those rooms that are in maximum. So what we're looking for, we have a maximum classroom here. Now we had the guard taser certification programs and stuff all in there, and those all need to be moved out of there. So we need to, at this point, we need to reschedule all programs. And now we should see that our maximum fight club has max. Yes. Looking for a maximum classroom. Here's a max meeting room. We can get maybe some animal therapy in here. And then at 3 o'clock, maybe we get conflict resolution in there as well. I think that's a pretty good thing for maximum. And then if we're looking at, trying to find the classroom for maximum. Kind of reorganized everything over here, didn't it? Maximum meeting room shared. Not seeing the maximum. There's the max fight club, super max yard, max classroom right here. Okay, so it's like these disarming certifications are still in there, but at least we do have a foundation education program in there. And then I think we're probably fine on that regard. I think we're good. I don't want these certification programs though to be near. Yeah, I guess it's not really getting in the way of another program, is it? Never mind. I thought maybe it was taking up room where this would otherwise be useful, but it's really not. So fine. And then maximum doesn't really have a yard. They're sharing this one. So whatever. We're going to bring in 13 more. Ooh, you're approved. I'll approve you. We need 13 more on the intake here to bring us up to 430. I think I can afford more. I think I will bring us up to 460. So 43 more medium security inmates. We also have a higher minimum capacity now as well. So we could turn that on too. So let's go like this. And we can then raise this up to 500. So now we're getting 53 mediums, 30 minimums, a whole lot more people, $35,000 more coming in at us right here. Trying to fill up these facilities that we've been spending all this money developing. Got to fill these facilities up. Let's grab the limestone and continue that all the way across to here and all the way across to here. And then we're going to want probably to keep going with cells over here. I know I said I'd do the other side, and I really should. I really should do the other side. I'm going to do the other side first. Let's get construction going on the other side. So quick build, custom, clone. We're going to grab all of this like I was going to do earlier. I'll grab it to here. And then we're going to just go all the way over here, and we will plop some cells in. Yeah, like right here. Plop some cells in there. And then also this little area right there. And then that will tie up the rest of my funds. That's going to take all my money. So we'll let them build that. But we are bringing in more people now. So that will help pay for it. That intake will pay for a lot of this stuff. And we'll get some prisoners over here now. who can then start to work in this area and start to maybe help with laundry and other miscellaneous stuff that's on this side. You know, maybe even work in the kitchen. Right, I want to get them to be doing stuff, so. But only the minimum security people. Yeah. See, this isn't any good. This is really bad. This isn't good at all. There's no reason for them to be in here either. This is a holding cell. There's no reason for them to be in a holding cell. Because they should be all in here, unless this is all full. Is this really all full? Whoa. For real? There's only one person in there, one person in there. So there's room for more. These are 0 occupancy, but it's because they're reserved for the gangs. That's why. They're like that because of gang segregation. Okay, we're gonna stop segregating here. And we will 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, I actually have too many segregated. We're gonna go like this. That'll work. This will work, but I think instead I will take this away and we'll put the jackals like this. So that way they face each other like that. So we'll have these guys have those cells, these guys have those cells, and everything else is mixed currently. So everyone can kind of switch around, move to a different cell, please. And that should open up more people in holding cells to be able to go to a different cell. Now we're going to go ahead and grab them, I thought. Yeah, we grabbed a few of them. We did grab a few. So that's a little more reasonable. And then I guess for Green Gang, maybe we give them, we could give Green Gang this area, I guess. So we go gang segregation. And we'll say that the Vipers get this area here. So there's some cells reserved for these gangs. They can all pop out. And you're not really going to the holding cell, are you? You're going to the holding cell, aren't you? Son of a gun, they're going to the holding cell. All right, so I definitely need something else to go on with that. So more cells. That's what we need. We need more cells. We'll get that quick built too. So there's a lot of stuff to build. Thankfully, my funding appears to be all right with that. Here, right? I think that's going to take the... Nope. I thought that would take the door controller too, but it's not. Good. Okay. And let's maybe grab it from here. That way I can go like that. And then we can grab all of this and go like that and like that. That'll definitely take up a lot of my budget. So that's a staff only thing. Only staff can get in there and work with that. Which is, I think, going to stay that way as long as possible if we can. I'd like that to stay that way. We're going to try to separate this, in fact, by just having an extra room really quick here. I'm going to put a room like this. That empty room is going to be a staff only line that nobody crosses. So I'm going to do like just like that. That's a staff only area. So we could open this whole area up as long as this is staff only all the way over. Empty room all the way over. And then everything could be opened just as long as this, you can't change this line. You can't get on the other side of this line. So at the moment, we'll make this whole thing staff only, but as they start adding the cells and start making themselves, they become shared cells all of a sudden. I don't want them to cross that line. We'll see if that happens. See if that works. I forgot to do all my shakedowns, and now it's almost 2, so I'm not going to have any shakedowns today. I was just randomly doing some checks here for tunnels and everything, because there's a tunnel actually that we discovered down here, and I need to wrap that up. But I was doing a whole bunch of like toilet searches and stuff, and I found this guy, Ireneus Stubbs Mizalski. I don't know who this guy is, but he was just chilling over here in this far cell, And I was like, oh, there's a gang member in here. There's not supposed to be gang members in minimum security. Yeah, it turns out this guy's not just a gang member. Dude, this is a legendary prisoner. And he's not the leader or anything. He's in a gang, but I only found him because of the fact that he's in a gang. Because otherwise, I never would have really noticed him. If he wasn't in a gang, I would have never noticed. He's a legendary. So he's just here. He just arrived. And so I've gone in and I've decided to, you know, put him in Supermax where he belongs. I also just got a big bust of prisoners, right? So I want to make sure that we know everything about them. So let's get our guy out here so we can do another quick search of everything just to make sure that we're all good here. Also, John Merwood, I did give him another chance just like I said I would, and he failed again. Now he's down to 3%. Yeah, he probably did it. And we're going to go ahead and do the execution tonight. So that'll happen. If you'd like to see the execution happen, you can come back for the next video. I'll give you a reason to come back, right? Thank you for watching. Appreciate your patience as well. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.